go. John Murray, week 10 of college football. I can't believe I've been stuck with you for 11 weeks now, which is absolutely and utterly insane.
Yeah. It's been fun, though, hasn't it? And then how many winners have I given you?
You've given me some winners, and I've appreciated that, so thank you.
Some winners. Some winners.
You think you started tailing your Nesson bets before like 3 weeks ago? Yeah, right.
Well,
you think
either way,
anybody else did? No.
8-0 on Nesson.
Parlay that one of the kids did the graphic with? Yeah, right. Come on.
Yeah. Well, our social media guy, Louis D'Onofrio, I think he said he's been parlaying it the whole time. That's why he like never works on weekends, because he has so much money.
Well, he definitely told me he was working. That's why he couldn't meet Ariel and I out on Broadway. So
yeah, but you and Ariel on Broadway, you guys were probably can I say it? Drunk? I mean, you say
I was
that?
very sober.
Okay. So
they have
you
these
were
stupid Jello shot things that make you feel like you're like in high school again. It was really fun. Had a great time.
You were in Tennessee, so we have SuperBook app is live in Tennessee. Can you talk about? We have a same game parlay promotion. You can win a ticket you can win 2 tickets to the Super Bowl.
You can't say that. You can't use that word. You have to call it the big game. You can win 2 tickets
say Super Bowl?
To the big game.
Oh, I don't want to say.
Have you ever cut a promotion before?
I have, but I don't know any of the rules.
There's a lot of rules for gambling.
I just say Super Bowl.
See, so I'm doing my parlay this week, and I was like, I asked the unit, I said, can I call it the big game at noon? And I was like, well, fuck yeah, I can, because I work for Fox. So if anybody says anything, I'll be like, well, hi, you're welcome for promoting the big game at noon. I'm going to be there.
So you're the big game at noon. Oh, are you going to see Chris Felica out there?
I don't know.
Hey, well, go back to it, though. 2 tickets, all expenses paid trip to Las Vegas. You can go to the Super Bowl. You just got to bet a same game parlay.
Free rooms at the Westgate or where?
No, we give you a room here.
Okay.
We give you a room. You said rooms. It's a singular. One room.
What if you're not like with the second person and you need a second room? Like you can't just give away just one room. Like what if it's me and Ariel? I don't need to share a room with her.
Like when Elaine went to the Super Bowl with Tim Watley? No? Seinfeld.
You think that I watch Seinfeld? I'm not that old.
What do they got there? A couple of beds? Well, one bed, but it's right downtown. All right.
SuperBook Sports big game giveaway. Win a trip for 2 to Las Vegas, February 11th, 2024 to watch the NFL Championship in person. To enter, you just have to place a qualifying same game parlay before the start of any NFL season game. Caveat number 1, it must be $25 or more. But you get 3 entries if your wager is over $58. The winner receives 2 tickets to the big game, a $2,500 gift card for travel and incidentals, and a 3-night stay at the Westgate, Las Vegas.
Anyways, one bed. It's not right downtown, but it is close enough. You can go to the Super Bowl. I want to talk to you about this. You were at the Falcons-Titans game. Did you feel bad at all when the Titans scored that first touchdown? That was obviously offensive pass interference on Hopkins. Did you have any guilt about that? Because I know you bet the Titans.
So I bet the Titans, and that was actually – so we were in – for the first quarter, we were in the Falcons end zone.
Okay.
So I got to see the coup kick. But then that was way on the other side of the field. And if you know, I'm really short. And so, no, I definitely did not see that. And if you think that the Titans put that on the replay, you're very wrong.
Well, either way, Titans won that game.
Easily.
I like those Titans uniforms, the old Oilers uniforms. That was a good look.
I loved it. So that's why I bought one of the shirts, because I thought it'd be really fun. And then a lot of people were really angry, and mostly from Houston, and I don't understand it.
Do you get nervous? Because you're not a big person. Ariel is certainly not a big person. Are you nervous at all being at an NFL game? It seems like there's a lot of, you're mouthy, you're loud. Are you nervous at all? There's a lot of idiots these days.
The last time I was scared in an NFL game was at Mile High. I got stuck next to some very large Raiders fans. But I was with my sister. Like, nothing was that crazy was going to happen. And the Raiders really sucked then. That was like when I think we had Jake Plummer. This was like so long ago. And the Raiders were really bad, so it didn't really matter. They got beat like by 27. But yeah, I was like, okay, maybe I'll cheer a little quieter.
We used the Chargers in Survivor. You actually complained at halftime because they gave up that touchdown. The Chargers did. I mean,
and then they turned around and scored a touchdown. You're welcome to counter reverse jinx.
Weren't they winning 24-7 at halftime?
Yeah, well, it was like 17-7, and then it was 24-7.
Oh, then
but I was like, listen, I was on an airplane.
Yeah.
It was just like I told my buddy Chris this. We do a show on Thursdays. This is Wednesdays when we record. I said, listen, I told John Murray, we just got to take the Chargers, as painful as it is. I go, I just need you as my other partner to like vindicate that. And he's like, I can't like give you anything that's going to make you feel better. And I said, I just need I need to not have years taken off my life. And so thank you to Brandon Staley for that, because I actually did not have to sweat that game.
No, didn't have to worry about that game at all. Pretty much everybody won in Survivor this week, except for like the guys that didn't submit their picks. I think everybody else won.
36 people and then 3 no picks, I think is what it was.
But the good thing about it to me was like, we don't really want to use the Chargers again. So I'm glad we didn't use Baltimore or Dallas or even Detroit. We won. Everybody won too, but at least we still have all the teams we like. Are you working on this? I asked you to work on this. Selling our Survivor entry?
I've decided. Okay, let me pull up the spreadsheet because I don't want to misspeak. So as of right now, I've got 4 left in Circa, 5 if I count Ariel and her dad's, that I'm going to hijack and tell them they owe me a percentage if they win. That's what some guy did last year, and I'm going to do the same thing. I think they're all my entries.
Oh, it's in your name.
Yeah, duh.
Sounds legal.
So anyway, so technically I got 5. I haven't figured out how I'm going to leverage that against her and her dad yet, but I'm going to work on that because it seems like a really upstanding thing to do. But next, this week we've got 2 pretty much, I think, okay picks and like 3 coin flips to choose from. Week 10, we've got a home run to choose from. Week 11, we've got a home run to choose from. The problem is we can only use one of those.
What's the Week 10 home run? Wait a minute. Why are there balloons going?
Oh, God.
What's the home run in Week 10?
Cowboys over Giants.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I got them as 13.5-point favorites.
Daniel Jones is back for the Giants, I think. But, yes, Dallas should beat the Giants. Okay.
One would think so, right? I mean, right now, Giant with Daniel Jones back. Sorry, I didn't update that with that. I had him at 13.5. Jones back. I have him as a 10.5-point favorite at home.
Okay.
So there's that. Then there's a couple other options that week. Another touchdown favorite that we can use, but we might want to use them in week 14. And then the following week, we can use another one of the Thanksgiving teams, but we cannot use both. So I think that's the week that gets a little dicey. If we did go Dallas, if we didn't and we saved them for Thanksgiving, then we could use Detroit week 11 and kind of gamble that Dak doesn't die between now and then. Otherwise, we're looking at a couple of 3.5 and 4-point favorites that we'd have to use. That might be the week to look into selling it. So I haven't tried to broker any deals yet. I've had a lot of customers reach out to me about brokering their deals, and I just told them to put them online, which is probably what I'm going to do for ours.
I just feel like you're a celebrity. You've got a big reach. Like you could touch a lot of people out there with your you're what they call an influencer. So I feel like you could.
I need to know how much you think our entry is actually worth. Because like the guy that texted me this morning, that's one of Brett's customers now, but I had a relationship with him because he was one of my customers at one point in time. I told him where to sell his on Twitter. There's a company out there that's doing it.
It's called X.
Yeah, and I don't know what they get. I think they get like 5 or 10% or something for brokering the deal for you.
That's a lot, man.
I don't know. I haven't reached out to him, so I don't know what they actually charge. I'm just guessing. And then he's electing to keep what he's got it up for is $22,000, and then he gets to keep 10%. I think that's a little high, but I think if we make it 2 more weeks, we could probably get $25,000 for ours.
That's pretty good. Although I would not be too keen on giving up 10%. What about the other idea?
You wouldn't have to give up 10% because I would just be the one to put it out there, and then I would use the same contract that I've given to customers in the past.
What about the idea where you sell your half, and then I have a new partner, and then I talk about that on the show?
You can do that. I mean, but I'm not. I'm gonna delete you from my spreadsheet. So I hope you already made a copy of it.
I'll try to figure it out on my own.
Okay. Well, good luck.
Yeah, I can just look through our old text messages. I can just see whatever I want to see.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. You're going to KU.
Oh boy.
You're going to K-State, Texas.
Yes.
On Saturday in Austin.
Friday.
You're nervous about this. You've been very negative about the University of Texas.
No, I
A lot
haven't.
of hate speech
I said they were
about
going to win the
them.
Big 12.
No, but I'm talking about over the years. You've been very anti-Texas. Are you worried at all?
I don't think I've been anti-Texas at all. Worried as in how? Like K-State's going to lose?
No, worried and like people are going to confront you about being negative about Texas.
John Murray, I have a real question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think any of these losers from the internet actually have the balls to come up to me in real life? That's a real question. Because they don't.
No, they don't. They definitely
like
don't.
One time when I was on stage at Caesars doing the like Sunday morning show, we had some lunatic like yelling across the room at me. Like that's as close as like these people don't have balls. That's why they hide in their mom's basement and hang out on X all day.
Hang out on X. That was a good one. All right, let's.
Where else do they hang out? On Reddit message boards?
I don't know what people do. I
don't know what they do either. They need to get a hobby and maybe find a girlfriend or even just hire a girl to pretend like she's their girlfriend. I don't know.
That's bad advice. Kansas State, we have Texas as a 4-point favorite, down a little bit from 5. So we had some sharp money come in on the Wildcats. Tejas, a 4-point favorite. I think that's a pretty cool game. And this Saturday, there's some really, really good college football games on Saturday. This is going to be our busiest weekend of the year.
You think so?
I know so. Out of the rest of the year, this will be the number one busiest because we've got a great college football card. We've got the Breeders' Cup in Santa Anita this weekend. And then we've got, actually, I like to complain about the NFL, but we got a really good NFL Sunday. Chiefs, Dolphins, Eagles, Cowboys, Bengals, Bills.
Yeah, but nobody out there is going to be up for Chiefs, Dolphins unless they're still up from the night before. It's like a 6 a.m. West Coast kick. I hope you guys screen grab this because this is a great thumbnail to use for John Murray's face. Frozen. John Murray, you act like people in Las Vegas are going to be up for the 6:30 kick in Germany.
Yeah, they probably won't be, but luckily you can bet on the game right now. So, there will be a lot.
And wake up with a winner?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of money on that game. There's going to be people betting it. Our app is open 24 hours a day. And we got sports books all over the East Coast, Virginia, Maryland, New Jersey. So, we'll have a lot of
New Jersey, beautiful state. Highly recommend it.
Yeah, I like New Jersey. Do good business there. No, we should be busy for that one. And then you got Eagles, Cowboys in the afternoon, and then the Bengals hosting the Bills. Sunday night refs. I never watched the Sunday night game. You know that. By that time, I'm just like, this
That's going to be at least a good game, though, won't it? Like in theory? In theory.
Yeah, I know, but by that time, it's been too much. I can't keep going.
Oh, your day's been too rough at that point? We used to record during the Sunday night game.
No, I've just lost interest. I can't watch the NFL all day long. It's so boring. So I want to have interest by the Sunday night game. But anyways, it's going to be a really good weekend for us. College football, I mentioned Kansas State. I'll give you a couple other ones that we saw some sharp guys on. USC. So I think that's probably the most interesting game on Saturday, to me at least. Washington has looked really bad since the Oregon game. They've been barely escaping against weaker opposition. Now they go at USC. USC's defense is terrible.
Do you want to just go ahead and give out the other 2 legs of my parlay then while you're at it?
Oh, the other 2 plays I have are actually dogs. I'll stick in the Pac-12. Arizona. Again, is that one of your things?
No, but they're on my long list. They're small.
Everybody's on your long list is so long. Everybody's on your long list.
Not true.
Here's one I've seen a number of groups playing. Maryland against Penn State. That one's been hit a few times.
Maryland, it's circled right there. Oklahoma State, Iowa State.
Dude, look how long your long list is. It takes up the whole page.
No, it does not. This is a lot of notes.
Yes, it does.
Arkansas Friday night, USC, K-State, and Oklahoma State is going to be my parlay this week. Oklahoma State, K-State, Arkansas, USC. I'm going to do 4 teams, pays 48-1 at SuperBook. Don't try to boost it. I can't get Maryland to win outright. I tried to make a case for Maryland. I tried to make a case for Arizona State. I can't.
Hey, am I wrong about this? don't they usually play Bedlam the last week of the season? What am I just totally spacing this? I felt like that was like I thought Bedlam was always the last week, like the Ohio State Michigan week, Iron Bowl week. I was surprised that it was this weekend. What are you doing?
I was Googling to see when the last one was. Last year was mid-November, the week before Thanksgiving. So I don't know. I'm not really sure. Oklahoma just does whatever they want now that they're going to the SEC. So sure, Oklahoma State just said fine.
Well, yeah, that should be a good game as well. Notre Dame Clemson is another game that before the season we thought was going to be one of the premium games this weekend. Hasn't worked out that way. Clemson's had a terrible season, but we have seen some sharp players take Clemson. That game's at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning out here. What else you got for me? So do you feel like you're a homer at all though? Like
No, I purposely circled this game for the game. Okay, so I knew. Okay, so the Barstool stuff happened. It was no longer with them. Was like kind of figuring out where I was going to be. Didn't know, so I didn't book any games or any travel or anything because the last thing you want to do is like tell a new employer like, oh, by the way, I need like these 6 weeks off. Like they're going to be like, no. So I hadn't until I kind of found a home and out kick and they're like, yeah, live your best life. And so this was the one game I had circled that I was going to go to. And I had K-State as a 9-point underdog, but that was with yours. So,
but I'm saying, no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, do you feel like you're a homer because like your pick of the week that you're giving out is just like whatever game you go to?
In August, and that's why I wanted to go to this game because this would be the biggest game, like spread-wise, you need me to be at. You need me in those situations, John Murray, as a fan. Those are the games. Like, where can I provide the most impact? That would be in Austin. And now,
so in your mind,
better. Texas is a little bit worse. I think it's a coin flip game. +4. I already bet 5. And I think a little bit on the money line. I'm going to put it in the parlay just for fun. Just for fun. In your mind,
you're providing impact being in Austin. That's what you're saying?
Oh, yeah. I'm absolutely going to be an impact. Also, I think more people are going because I told them to go. Like, I text all of my friends that I haven't seen in a couple of years, like, hey, I'm only going to one game this year. It's Austin. Like, I have a buddy driving from Louisiana who's a KU fan because he's like, well, fuck, I'm not going to get to see you unless I drive to Austin.
You didn't even congratulate me on West Virginia beating Central Florida on Saturday. West Virginia.
I'm a little angry about that because I bet a couple other teams that I thought, like, they shouldn't be favored here. And sure enough, I was like, why is UCF a 6-point favorite? Right along with North Carolina State. Didn't bet them either. But instead, I had Cal. Had to go for 2. Rice had a nice second half comeback. It's just been really painful of a season. Like the gambling gods just don't want to give me this parlay. So now I'm going to just like manipulate it.
Every week you're at a different football game. It's been a painful season for you.
I just want to hit one of these parlays. Is that so much to ask? I'm a woman of the people.
Actually, kind of. Yeah, it's kind of a lot to ask a 65-1 parlay. Yeah. I would argue that is.
What do you mean it's a lot to ask? It's not that much to ask. It happens every single weekend. It happens every single weekend in college football. Every single weekend.
Well, that may be true. Let's do the NFL. So I kind of went through the NFL stuff that I'm seeing or the best games. I talked about the Chiefs-Dolphins game. Everybody's on the Chiefs. That's kind of surprised me because it seems like the Chiefs, there's something a little wrong with the Chiefs offense. There's something wrong with Mahomes. I don't know what's going on there exactly, but everybody's on Kansas City.
Dolphins are a great teaser spot this week. Great teaser spot.
There's been a lot of movement this week in the NFL. The Washington Commanders is their nickname this week. They traded both their pass rushers, one to the Bears, which I thought was really questionable by the Bears, for the record, but whatever. And then they traded Chase. Well, the Bears are not going anywhere this season. How could they trade a high draft pick for a player who's not even under contract?
Listen, I don't understand. I don't
understand that at all. But either way, look, it looks like Washington is punting on the remainder of the season. Sharp guys on New England against Washington. And then the other team happened this morning. the Raiders fired their GM and their coach and their offensive coordinator, and they benched Kelly's guy, Jimmy Garoppolo, for the rookie quarterback. So all the money all came in on the New York Giants. We mentioned Daniel Jones is back this week for the Giants, but it looked like that's just sharp money going against the Raiders. Raiders, tumultuous week for the Raiders.
Yeah, to say the least.
Here they bet Green Bay. They've been betting Green Bay against the LA Rams, and they bet us under in the Monday night game, which for some reason is the Chargers and the Jets. That's all
Riveting.
I have. I got a lot of pressure on me to pick a winner this week.
You put that pressure on yourself. You know, the social team and I were, patiently waiting for your arrival. We were talking about it. And I think this is where it gets difficult. You have to set your expectations like medium, John. Like when you do 8-0, people expect you to do that. When you just have medium expectations, it's like, that's what we were talking about with like basketball coaches. Like if Jerome Tang doesn't go to the Sweet 16 this year, like K-State fans are going to be pissed. But if he would have just made the play-in game last year and like lost, like everybody was like, that's cool, we made the tournament. But because we made the Elite Eight, the expectation level is so high. So just like be more mediocre next year.
But don't you think it's funnier when you're winning? Because picking the NFL is so hard. But so this is just kind of a coincidence that all these picks won in a row. Don't you think it's funnier to just lean into it and act like it's easy and I'll just do it again every week?
I mean, you could, but you don't care. So just keep not caring and it'll be better.
All right. I'm going to try to pick a winner. I love Sam Panayotovich. And then are you going to watch the video this week, or are you just going to text me and ask me what the pick is?
Can you just send it? Okay, first of all, Sam tweets like I tweet. There's like 5,000 tweets. I am at least courteous enough to pin mine to the top of the page. Like, here's the video I would like you to watch today. It's pinned to the top of my page. And instead I have to type, and then I type all these things, and it's like, it brings me up videos from 3 weeks ago. And I'm like, all right, X doesn't want me to watch this. I don't have time. I'll just text you. It's much easier.
So you're calling Sam Panayotovich a serial Xer. And because of that,
I'm not saying he's a serial Xer. I'm just saying it's not that easy to X.
So you don't want to have to scroll through his X to find the X.
Exactly.
Okay. I'll send you the video.
Thanks. Perfect. I'll put it on my Instagram for you so you get more views for your first loss of the year. And then I'll get blamed that's why I lost.
No, I'm going to win. I thought about it yesterday. I'm just going to pick another winner. It's easier. If you just keep picking winners, everybody will be happy. What is your NFL best bet?
I'm on Seattle, and I actually was just logged in, and I just saw that on the screen. It went to 6. So that's not very good. What am I missing?
Plus 5.5, 6 at Baltimore. Seattle was my pick in Nesson last week.
Yeah, I know. I tweeted about it.
Easy winner. Never anything to worry about there.
I tweeted about it. I actually thought that was going to be the lone loser. But I like them this week. I think a lot still gets made about East Coast travel. I think everyone needs to relax. It's 2023. Plus, Ravens off their own travel. They have to do the exact same thing from Arizona.
You just said travel is no big deal.
That's my point. So it's like they break even. So then they also have the Browns and the Bengals on deck. Like they give a shit about the Seahawks. Mm-hmm. They've been really kind of slow starting too. Look at the first quarters for the Ravens. It's just been kind of not that great offensively. Granted, they've kicked it up here at the end, but I just need Geno Smith just one time in his life to just be above average, just once.
Well, Seattle earlier in the year with a very similar point spread went on the road. They won at Detroit. I think it was right around that number. I feel like it was like 4.
That was my best bet. Remember? I've been on Seattle twice this year, both best bets. So we're going to go for 3-0.
They won that game in overtime. Baltimore's playing as well as any team in the league right now, though. So
they're my Super Bowl team, 20-1. I bet them when I was there. Do you not recall? Did you not have to approve that bet because it was so large?
I can't. No, we talked about it.
I'll like throw $100 on them. I'm just messing with you. That's why you didn't have to prove it. It was 20-1. I don't ever have big futures bets because I just don't think that there's a lot of value in futures. But I was like, this will be fun. Gives me somebody to cheer for.
I don't feel like you have enough discipline to like root for the team all season. You know, you're very.
Why would you want to know what the problem is? I was just telling You did this before we started. He was like,
Unit
wait.
is John Hoagland.
Yeah,
just so
so
everybody knows. Yeah.
So he and I were talking about how I have USC on the money line in my parlay, and I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of in this glass case because I was really high on Washington, have them to win the Pac-12, as well as in my college football season win pool. So I'm not purposely hedging that, but I kind of feel like I am, and I don't like that because I really need. I would just be happy if Washington just rolled, but they're not
hedging your season bet.
That's what I mean. I'm not.
No,
but
you're
I
not.
like USC this week. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't cheer for them every single week. Like, sometimes my bets go against that. And this week, my Seattle bet goes against the Ravens. Sorry about it.
You and John Hoagland were having this conversation. What did he say back?
We were on for 20 minutes before you got here. What do you think we're going to talk about? Barbie? Do you think we're going to talk about Bud Light? What do you think we're going to do besides talk about football?
Well, I did say last week that you were the second biggest sellout in football behind Travis Kelce. So it wouldn't have shocked me if you were
talking about. How am I a sellout? Please elaborate.
Because you did the Taylor Swift video for Outkick after you said you didn't want to talk about it.
Oh, well, they just said to me, like, hey, can you talk about this? And I'm like, listen, sorry he wanted to get a new house so that his new girlfriend didn't, the place where he banged 1,000 other chicks.
That's how it all started with Travis Kelce. Some company approached him and said, hey, listen, would you talk about this? And he said, sure. Do you want to go? Do you want to do it? This is a little dangerous path we're going down. Mailbag.
Yes. Danny K, 731 on X says, for John Murray, from the book's perspective, is the concept of teaser blockers really a thing? For example, if the book believes the line should be -8, would they really hang a 9 to limit teaser liability? If so, isn't there an inherent value on the other team +9?
If you see those books in faraway places and they'll do it like -9 plus juice. You ever see that? They're yeah, okay, yeah, because you don't bet there.
Exactly. I only bet at SuperBook Sports. Hello.
They're probably doing that to protect against teasers. So to answer the guy's question, no, because the +9 would be juiced extra. You get it?
Touche. All right, wise guy wager, but they do it is the point. So that's my point. They do a teaser blocker. A lot of people think that that's like some myth.
How many people is a lot? You said a lot of people.
At wise guy wager on X says, Kelly,
how many are skip the second question?
Because I'm going in and out of order. How many are on your team? Management, social media, video editors, etc. Murray, what's the back end like at the SuperBook? How many handicappers, clerks, managers, etc. make it run? Big fan. Have a great show. I have an agent. I have John Hoagland at SuperBook. Mm-hmm. I have probably 3 or 4 really awesome guys at Wager Talk. But I have way more like facial people, massage people, makeup artists, hairstyle, like nail people. Like those are the people I really need help with. Yes, video editing is tough. So I've been very happy to have some help on the parlay videos this year, as well as a couple, like I said, a few really good guys at Wager Talk helping out. But no, I don't really have that many people on that side of the team. I do all my own social media. If you can't tell, that's why it's an unmitigated, unfiltered disaster.
Well, you have John Hoagland, and John Hoagland, a.k.a. the Unit. That's a nickname that was bestowed on him by one of our managers, Randy Blum, a few years ago. And then Louis D'Onofrio.
Yeah, but Louis doesn't even do anything. I've never seen him do anything for me.
The guy does all kinds of shit. Louis great.
Like what? What has Louis done for me?
For you, I don't know. I mean,
JH
I don't know.
The only one. JH answers my text. He answered my text at 6:30 this morning. I just want you to know that.
That's why they call him the Unit. You got both those two. See, I feel like maybe on your team, Brett, I feel like carries most of the load, right?
What did we do?
I feel like Brett does everything for you.
I didn't even get the guy to get the fucking trash out. What are you talking about?
No way. I got Brett is 1. I guess John can be 2.
Or what?
Give Louis some more credit though. D'Onofrio's a good kid.
Nice kid. I really didn't know that I texted him at 1:40 something in the morning. I literally thought it was like 11 p.m. when I text. Or in my defense, there is really shitty service on Broadway, so I could have texted him when I was on Broadway, and then maybe didn't go through when I was at the bar. And then when I left the bar to go to the other bar, it went through. Maybe.
So at the SuperBook, like one of the biggest changes in the last let's call it 5 years, you got less tellers now than you used to because everything's going mobile.
Yep.
It's like 85%. So you're shifting your payroll away from the front line.
So you guys have outsourced their jobs to a computer. Way to go.
No, there's less. Well, no, actually they do better now. There's fewer of them, but their tips have gone way up because there's fewer of them. There's less hands in the cookie jar, right? So, and then you've got how many people do we have working risk for us? I mean, define working. I mean, Babakitis wasn't even there on Sunday. I don't know. Does he count? Like, is Dominic, does he count as an employee that works? I'm not sure about that. So I don't know how many people we have working back there. I think on the team, we've got like 20 employees or so on the risk side. How many of them are working and how many of them are just watching the games and laughing about the officiating? I'm not really sure about that. But we do have some standout employees like John Hoagland and Louis D'Onofrio.
At Slow Dangles 23 on X, why do you both partner with others on football contests, i.e. Survivor, when you could just have your own, assuming a 50-50 split? When you rather have 2 of your own instead of 4 with partners? So here's the thing. I have my own super contest entry. Kelly in Vegas went 4-1 last week. Thank you to your Commanders who blew a lead. Probably should have beat the Eagles, but didn't. Anyway, that cost me a 5-0.
What was the super contest line? 6.5?
6.5.
Ooh, shit. Sorry, kid.
Yeah. So anyway, I do have one of those for myself. And then I started with 6 survivors. Here's the thing with Survivor. I feel like this year has been really square. And I'm okay with that because I still got 4 left. The 2 times I tried to zig, and I wouldn't even call it the Commanders that night versus the Bears a zig. But anyway, the Broncos up 21-3 over the Commanders. Wow, Commanders fucked me twice in Survivor this year so far. Make note of that on the spreadsheet. So that being said, that's probably why I should not use the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Okay, we have to say the Lions for Thanksgiving. It's done. I've spoken.
Answer this guy's question. And what are you doing? What are you?
So the reason why I like to use partners, A, they're all my friends. It's a good time. B, you can spread it out. You also get another opinion. Listen, you can do all these spreadsheets all you want, and that's my contribution as a partner. And then John contributes from what he sees on his end. Pam and Ariel have their own version. My buddy Chad had his own version. Chris has his own version. My buddy Steven actually doesn't have his own version, other than he was the only one last week to not be for 1 second hesitant on the Chargers. He's like, we're taking the Chargers. This isn't even up for debate. I'm like, but aren't you afraid of this? And he's just like, no, we're taking the Chargers. So I like having partners. The end.
Well, I think maybe I'm wrong here, but we decided to split a Survivor for content for the show, right? Filler.
Yes.
And that's why we just keep taking the favorite every week, because we're trying to stretch this thing out. Is that not? Am I wrong about that?
I mean, we definitely took it for content, for funsies.
I usually do a lot of I mean, I moneyed in the Millions contest last year by myself.
Yes.
And I won the Leroy's College contest by myself many years ago. Yeah. So I usually do the contest solo. That way you don't have all these
pick 5 is, I feel like, a little different though, because the pick 5 is like, Pam and I do a show on Wager Talk. It's 5 picks. Sometimes that show's 20 minutes. Sometimes that show's an hour because we cannot agree on 5. It's hard. No, and if it wasn't for content and I had to do it and I had a regular job and I had to talk to somebody like that, I would probably hate them by the end of the season. We
thought this would be entertaining at Slow Dangles 23 on X.
Okay. Stupid balloons.
Why did the air quotes cause the balloons?
I don't know. They only do it on StreamYard. I want to record on something else starting next week. Drew Frawling on X says, I need a Survivor locked down to 4 in 2 pools, straight up pick, like the Browns or Saints. Thoughts? John Murray, gun to head, Browns or Saints?
Well, those are the 2 biggest favorites. I mean, if you made me choose one of them right now, I probably would choose Cleveland because I don't know what Clayton Tune is. So I don't know what that is.
What if it's Kyler Murray?
And it's not going to be Kyler Murray this week. And
for sure it's not?
Just look at Arizona.
Why aren't you going to say what you text me about Kyler Murray?
I can't. Well, we're not going to do that. We can't say that on the air.
John Murray asked me if he could see over the offensive line.
He's not a particularly tall man.
We know this. It's okay. Bryce Young,
I don't
2.0, got the win last weekend.
I don't think that you're going to want to bring Kyler Murray back and go up against Cleveland's front line. That'd be a lot to ask of Kyler Murray. So I'll go Browns for at Drew Froling on X.
Yeah, if I had to pick between the two, I would probably pick the Browns. But don't you worry. For the next 48 hours, I'm going to try to get John Murray on board with the Saints. We'll see if I can actually get that accomplished.
Why is that so important to you?
It's not important, but we got to play contrarian here. You got to really weigh it out, and I've got to really get inside your brain because you feel like very, very sure on the Browns. Okay. Brian Mallory, PGA. Wonder if he's really on the PGA. On X says, John Kelly, what do you think of the reason behind all these low totals and horrible offenses this year? Do we think there will be regression, and is there a good time to start betting overs? Kelly, tell John I had another question for him, but Michigan stole it. Okay, so I'd like to chime in here. I actually don't think we're going to start seeing more overs at like some significant rate. Maybe we start seeing a few more, but with weather, particularly on grass, as you know, can tear up field conditions. Things start to happen over the next few weeks. It's going to be interesting.
You know, there was a school of thought at one time that some of these teams were making a mistake extending their quarterbacks because then it put them, even if the quarterback was a really good player, it was a mistake to extend him because they put them in this awful salary cap situation. But look around the NFL at these quarterbacks. These guys are terrible. If you actually find a good quarterback, lock him up and throw away the key.
This week.
I can't remember any time where the quarterback play in the NFL was this bad. It's horrible.
Daniel Jones versus Aiden O'Connell. Josh Dobbs versus
it's terrible.
Taylor Heineke, Clayton Tune versus PJ Walker, Sam Howell versus Mac Jones, Brett Ripon versus Jordan Love, Tyson Badgett versus Derek Carr, Will Levis versus Kenny Pickett. What a week. What a week.
Why are the totals so low and why are the offenses so horrible? There's your answer. Is that pronounced Brett Ripon?
Bet's bald on X wants to carry over that question because the primetime unders also continue to cash. Will books start to get more aggressive with the totals?
Well, the primetime games, the public generally will bet the over no matter what anyway. So I don't really see a reason to do anything differently. We'll see.
At Herd First on X says, if you like LSU this weekend, it's taking Jaden Daniels plus 450 to win the Heisman better than taking LSU money line plus 150.
No, if you like LSU this weekend, you should just bet LSU this weekend.
I don't like LSU this weekend either.
Don't get all cute like that. At Herd First, you know, just if you think you've got a play that you really like, just bet it. I would probably just take LSU plus the points if I like.
Just because even if they win it in Tuscaloosa and won, which I don't think they're going to do, doesn't mean he's going to win the Heisman.
He could get hurt next week. I mean, I'm just saying.
There's a lot of things.
Don't overthink everything. Don't outthink yourself. If you like the play, just bet it.
I need to open up the SuperBook because I want to see what the current Heisman odds are. Jaden Daniels. Oh, Michael Penix Jr. plus 275. Jaden Daniels plus 450. Jordan Travis 8-1.
What's your pick for the Heisman? Do you have one? Quinn Ewers.
Quinn Ewers.
Well, you're a Texas gal.
Yeah, the guy that's hurt. That's all I got for questions. Do you have anything else you'd like to leave our lovely listeners with? So we've got sharp plays, Kansas State, USC, Arizona.
Mm-hmm. Maryland.
And what do we? Maryland. Yes, Maryland. I do like Maryland. Maryland.
Kelly likes Seattle in the NFL. Here, we're seeing a one-way run of money on Kansas City in the Germany game.
Okay.
We're seeing sharp guys on Green Bay, under in the New York Jets game. And then they bet against the Raiders and the Commanders, formerly the football team, formerly the Redskins, formerly the Boston Braves. They bet against them.
They were the Boston Braves?
Oh, yeah, man.
So they used two derogatory slurs before they became the football team? Wow. No wonder they wanted to change. Okay, great. Well, that's all I got.
That's all I got, man. We'll talk next week. I'll try to be on time.
Yeah, I doubt it.
See ya.